welcome everyone to the Australian Formula 1 podcast. This is Pep. I'm here with Max. How are you, mate?
I'm very well, Pep. How are you, buddy?
Mate, we are outside again, so we're going to have a little bit of noise perhaps, and also some planes or whatever, but we're here for another episode.
You get that.
Happens. So, mate, we're going to talk today about a few subjects, but the first one is customer cars. We've actually had a couple of emails, Max, as you've seen. People talking about customer cars.
We have. And thank you.
We appreciate it. Now, Max, buying an F1 engine has been part of Formula 1 for many years. Just going out and getting an engine deal.
I've got one in my car.
But to get a chassis, an engine, and get a tyre deal, and just buy those and go racing without actually investing in aerodynamics or technology, to me...
Or anything.
Nothing. To me, mate, that is repugnant.
You find this disgusting, don't you?
Well, it's like, it's not the spirit of Formula 1. We've had a couple of emails, and I've emailed these people the same thing, saying it's just not in the spirit of Formula 1.
Well, mate, personally, spirit or not, Formula 1 to me, and I think to everyone listening to this podcast, is the ants' pants.
It's the best motorsport in the world.
The reason it's not easy to get into is because it, as you say, is the best form of motorsport in the world. Personally, I think giving someone who's got loads of money the opportunity to say, well, I want to join the circus and reap the benefits too. So, yeah, I'm going to buy an engine. I'm going to buy a chassis. And oh well, I've already got Bridgestone tyres. You know, some of the best in the world, because that's what you get when you join Formula 1 now.
I control tyres, so you get the same as everyone else.
I think. No, to me it's not Formula 1, it's not right. I think it devalues Formula 1, I think it cheapens Formula 1 to somewhat.
It does.
You know, we're borrowing from other formulae around the world in, you know, controlled chassis, you know, car, NASCAR, Champ car.
It's Formula 1, you should design your own car. You know, I haven't got a problem with buying the engine. I haven't got a problem with buying the engine, but just buying the whole package and going racing. I agree, mate. It's not good.
No, I don't think so. I think it's really ordinary. And I like David Richards from the point that he's a very astute businessman, and we also saw what he did at BAR.
Mate, that was the name when we were talking about customer cars. The first name that came up was David Richards
/ ProDrive.
Yeah.
And he's always been an ambitious man. He's always said that his time in Formula 1's not yet over. But I'm sorry, I just don't think you should be able to buy your way into Formula 1 or be given what you need straight away. I just think that's wrong. That you can buy customer everything and run a Formula 1.
Well, Max, 2008 is, you know, welcome to that world. I mean, in 2008, that's the world we've got. That's the world that Dave Richards is basking in. He's loving it.
He's buying into it. Oh, I've been there before, so everyone knows me. So that'll also help me in getting good in the paddock club. I just bring my team in and pick up from where I left off, and I just think that's wrong.
It's not right. It's not Formula 1.
It's not Formula 1. But anyway, so what else have we got to talk about today, young man?
Well, mate, there's been a few car releases since we did our last episode. There's been two. There's been the Spyker and the Williams. So we should talk about those. So, do you want to start us off, Max? I mean,
let's just say to anyone
boring.
Let's just say anyone that's watched this podcast before, and I'd like to think you all have. I got my orange car.
You got it.
Finally, I got my orange car.
And he got it. Can you believe it?
I got my hybrid Arrows A22 again with a few little mods on it.
Not only did he get his orange car, he got a car that is all orange. Nothing but orange. There's nothing else.
Orange.
It's orange.
Orange with nice little black things up the side pod, little arrows. Maybe that's pointing that Spyker way up.
Those little points.
They're coming, baby.
Tell you what, boring. I like the orange, but it's boring. It's a boring livery.
Oh, sorry. Good. Okay. Well, you know, let's face it. Spyker don't have a large amount of sponsorship per se. I noticed that the Bridgestone sign on the front of the nose was about that big, which is probably normally about $100,000 for a sponsor to put their name there.
Thanks, Spyker.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bridgestone.
You've done well. Apparently it's as slow as all get out.
Spyker?
Yeah, Spyker have already turned around and said, don't expect miracles at Melbourne, which really shocked me because I thought they were going to set the world alight. But they've already said our car's just not up to scratch. The engine's pretty ordinary.
How surprising. Sorry, Spyker.
But by Fuji, we should be on the money. Right.
Now, seriously.
But it's orange, so it's got to be quick.
Max, seriously, talking about boring liveries, let's talk about Williams. Now, we may disagree here, but I found the livery on Williams to look exactly like last year's. Oh, a little bit of white and lighter blue, but besides that, it looked the same. And aero, no. Come on, tell me I'm wrong.
Livery-wise, the car is a masterstroke. Because what it shows is that Patrick Head and Frank Williams are still pissed off with Mario Thyssen, so they've kept the colour scheme pretty much exactly what it was last year when they had a BMW engine. To me, that's a backhanded slap to Mario and co.
Yet another boring livery.
But they've added the light blue this year, so...
Thanks, Williams.
You know, that's great.
Another boring livery. Thank you, Williams.
But I must say, and I'm not being parochial here, but when you look at the Williams this year, and to me it's a foxy looking automobile, it looks good. But looking at the aero on it, and the front of the car, and then looking at the Red Bull, which as Pep and I've discussed in our previous podcast, you can really see the Adrian Newey influence.
Yeah.
To me, the Red Bull already, despite current testing, already looks a much better car than the Williams aero-wise. You can see Adrian's influence everywhere.
Talking about livery, Williams is boring. Boring, boring, boring.
He's an idiot.
Come on.
You're all astute though.
A light blue and a dark blue with white. I mean, talking about liveries, we saw some pictures of the new Ferrari livery with the tobacco, the Marlboro sponsor, and it was modern. It was awesome, mate.
Sensational. I mean, it's what Pep's saying is he absolutely enraptures about seeing tobacco advertised back in Formula 1.
No.
Only joking.
No.
I'm kidding.
No, I'm talking about it. It was the Ferrari of the new millennia.
Oh, it was.
It looked beautiful. It would look modern. It looked very.
Made me feel nostalgic, mate, because I thought, wow, it's sort of not good to see tobacco livery on the back of a car anymore. But I mean, it was the Marlboro Ferrari for so many years, and still is, despite them not being able to show the name. But it was good to me from a nostalgia point of view to see the Marlboro name back in the car.
Mate,
Don't smoke though.
No, yeah, exactly. I mean, regardless of the sponsor, the livery just looked awesome.
Oh, great.
I mean, we sometimes talk about livery or aero or performance, but the livery, just the actual paint scheme of the car, awesome.
Well, you couldn't tell me the last time that Ferrari put out an ugly car. I can't remember.
No. But this car now, when you look at pictures in Formula 1, you will notice the difference between Kimi's Ferrari and Michael's Ferrari. It's just so much more modern, I reckon.
Yeah, no, it looks beautiful. We love the Ferrari. That's basically what we're saying. It looks good. It's great.
It's awesome.
Pep hates the Williams and the Spyker.
Yes.
I like them both, and
Yes.
I like the Ferrari. So I ask you, who's the clown?
On that note, we should say goodbye, I guess.
All right.
So thanks everyone for watching.
Thanks for putting up with us today.
We appreciate it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks very much.
Okay, adios.
Okay, bye.